Today, I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make this Southern holiday favorite, sweet potato casserole with pecan topping in 3 easy steps. So let's get started. So let's get right into these ingredients. I have got 45 ounces of canned sweet potatoes or yams that have been rinsed and drained. And you know, here in the Southern United States, we use the terms sweet potatoes and yams interchangeably. So you'll probably see this on your grocery store shelf as canned yams in syrup. And like I said, they have been rinsed and drained already. I've got a cup of chopped pecans right here, a little bit of ground cinnamon, 2 large eggs, 1/4 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, all-purpose flour, a little granulated sugar, some light brown sugar, salted butter, and a 1/3 cup of half and half. Now, this is a classic recipe that I learned from my grandmother, and we have this sweet potato casserole with pecan topping every year at the holidays. But it's really good all year long, especially if you're having dishes like baked chicken or a pork roast. Now, you're not going to believe how easy it is to make this recipe. We can get it done in about 3 steps. It only takes 30 minutes to bake. It's great for making ahead and even for freezing. So we've gotten started here by adding our sweet potatoes to our mixer. I'm using a stand mixer. You can use a hand mixer if you like. We're going to add the half and half, a stick of butter, granulated sugar, and that little splash of vanilla. And we're just going to lower the mixer down, lock it in place, and let it mix on a medium speed until all of the ingredients are blended together. Now, you may have to stop your blender there in the middle of everything and scrape down the sides. You can see I'm using a whisk attachment. I just think that it mixes the ingredients really well. But once you stop and you scrape down the sides, then you'll be ready to go again. So when you're through mixing, your sweet potato mixture is going to look something like this. And it still has a few pieces of butter that you can see, but for the most part, all of the ingredients have been blended together, and that butter will melt as the sweet potatoes are baking. To finish this step, we're going to spoon our sweet potato mixture into an ungreased 8x8 baking dish. And now we're ready for step 2. So we're going to take that cup of light brown sugar and add it to a small bowl. And then we're going to take this flour. Got a little ahead of myself there, wanted to throw the pecans in. And I guess you could at this stage. It really wouldn't make that much of a difference. But we're just going to take these dry ingredients, flour, cinnamon, and brown sugar, and we're going to mix them together to make that streusel topping. And this is step 2. So when this is all evenly mixed together, we are going to bring these sweet potatoes back to the front, and we're going to take our brown sugar mixture and we're just going to evenly pour it over the top of these sweet potatoes. Now, I know I only make this in just an 8x8 dish, but usually for the holidays we have about 14, and this really does feed the whole group. So just to double the recipe is super easy, and to make it in a 9x13 would really adequately serve any size gathering you might have. All right, so now we're going to take our chopped pecans, and we're on to step 3 now, adding the topping. And we're just going to evenly sprinkle those pecans all around the top of the dish, making sure that every bit has a little bit of pecans. We want every serving to have some of that good buttery crunch. And then we have a 1/3 cup of butter that's melted, and we're simply going to drizzle it across the top. And this is step 3, putting on that topping and getting it ready to bake. So we're going to put this in a 350 oven for about 30 minutes. Then it's going to cool for about 5 to 10, and you're ready to go. So our sweet potatoes are fresh from the oven, and just look at those toasted pecans. You know that this casserole is finished when it's bubbling around the edges and just a little bit in the middle. Look at those sweet potatoes. This is going to be one of the best dishes on your Thanksgiving table this year. Now, I don't really have any serving suggestions for this recipe. It's delicious just the way it is as it comes out of the oven. Now, you do need to let it cool for those 5 to 10 minutes to help those sweet potatoes firm up just a little bit. But I'll be honest, this is one of my favorite recipes that I look forward to during the holiday season. The sweet potatoes are just so tender and buttery. That pecan topping with its crunch is really hard to resist. I can't decide if this is a vegetable side dish or a dessert, but either way, it is one of the best things that you'll make this holiday season. And I can't wait to see this on your table really soon. If you like this recipe, don't forget to subscribe, not just to the YouTube channel, but to southerndiscourse.com, where I'm cooking up the Southern food you know and love. From the kitchen to the table, I've got you covered.